Welcome back, guys. It's your good buddy Radar here with another episode of Tennis Ace. Yes. Well, in the last episode, while listening to June rehearse, we noticed that he was a little off in his playing. Something was definitely wrong. So we kind of, badgered him a little bit about it, and he's sick. He's not feeling very well, but he wouldn't, he said he's caught a cold, but I think that there's probably more to it than that. But I guess we'll find out eventually. Anyway, we're going to continue on, and as always, it's going to be with June. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've been thinking over a lot of stuff since I last saw June. I've been wondering what I could do to help him feel better. It's plain to see that the stress has been taking a toll on him, so I've thought of ways that I could potentially try to help without also being intrusive and annoying. In the end, all I could come up with was a silly little care package. I I've bought all of June's favorite sweets as well as some vitamin pills and some tasty food. I want to make sure he's eating. Even if it's junk food, it's still better than nothing. I can't wait to see his face when I give this to him. Hey, pardon me for the Huh? At first, I don't see anything. The tiger I expected to find sitting in front of the piano isn't there. For a second, I imagined that he might have taken my advice to heart and decided to take a break to rest today. Feeling satisfied with that, I readied myself to step outside and close the door. Then, for some reason, a chill runs down over my spine. Call it instinct or premonition, but something in me tells me to investigate further. I stepped inside the room and began to walk over to the piano. Lumped over in the floor is the tiny figure of a tiger dressed in his school uniform. He has fallen over behind the piano, hidden from view from anyone who doesn't bother to take more than a cursory glance into the room. June! Without a second thought, I run towards him. June! June, are you alright? That's when I notice it. A small puddle of blood forming around his head. I look up and see a few drops of blood running down the edge of the piano. No way. I desperately open my bag, rummaging through for a piece of cloth or anything I can use to put pressure on it. Come on. Come on, come on. Clean shirt. Come on, June, answer me. I try to remember the basics of first aid that I learned a few years ago in school, but it's no use. My mind is racing too fast to properly think. Help! Someone! Anyone, please, help! June was taken to the hospital a few minutes afterwards. I don't know if anything I did past calling for help was useful at all. I wasn't allowed to ride with him in the ambulance for some reason. Instead, the school doctor went with them. As I stood there in front of the school gate, the cuff of my shirt soaked in blood, watching that ambulance riding away, I felt so small. Useless. Oh, that was a short episode. Okay, we're going to continue on. Yeah, we're going to continue on. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Pristine white walls and floors. A slight smell of dust mixed in with sanitizer. An endless array of numbered odors. Numbered odors? Yes, numbered doors, even. The feeling I got when I walked into the hospital was one of dread and nostalgia. The last time I've been in the hospital was when Aki was born, and just a few days before that, I was also in the hospital when my dad was pronounced dead. I hate this place. And this time, I also ended up here for a not so pleasant reason. You guys really didn't have to go out of your way to visit me. We dropped by just after school to come visit the stubborn little tiger that had been admitted here after a freak accident. You're crazy if you think we just let you rot alone in a hospital bed without coming over to see you.
Shoichi-san.
You shouldn't act surprised. We'd hardly seem like the only ones that have had the same idea. Keisuke glances over to the mountain of wrapped presents on a bedside table that went almost 40 centimeters high. It seems some people even skipped class to keep you company, huh? Shepkun and Sora both are sitting next to Jun's bed, looking at us awkwardly. I can sort of get why Sora would come by, since Jun is his neighbor, but why are you even here, Shepkun? Jun has been really nice to me since I first moved here. I thought I'd return the favor by making sure he wasn't alone, although it turns out I didn't really have to.
I told you guys you didn't have to.
Nonsense. It was my pleasure to spend time with you.
Same here.
I'm starting to feel bad for not having skipped class to spend time with Jun. Agreed. Yeah, I kind of feel like a sucky friend now.
Oh, don't you guys start on that too.
Alright, sorry.
By the way, I'm sorry there aren't enough chairs in here for everyone. I can call a nurse and ask her to bring more if you guys want.
Don't be silly. We're fine where we are. Yeah, we're not going to complain just because we're having to stand up. We're fine. Although, if you'd like, I could get you into a top-of-the-line hospital in a heartbeat.
Please don't go through that sort of trouble for me. There is no way I could pay you back for it.
I'm not asking you to, and it would be no trouble for me. A few days in a private hospital would hardly leave a dent in my wallet.
That's one of the things that scares me.
Huh?
Nothing.
By the way, Jinkun, if you don't mind telling us, how did you even get here in the first place? I mean, how did the accident happen? At her mention of the accident, everyone goes stiff. We all watch Jun cautiously, afraid of how he might react to it. For a second, his suddenly neutral expression gives us quite a fright.
Oh, it's stupid. I tripped on my shoelaces when I was getting up and ended up hitting my head on the piano. Next thing I know, I'm in the hospital.
How do you even manage such a feat? Shoichi elbows Keisuke in the stomach, sending the hair back a few steps. Ow. The important thing is that you're alright now. Good thing Edison was there to help you when he did.
Don't get me wrong. I really appreciate his help, but my head injury wasn't really that bad.
Then how come there was so much blood? Well, there are quite a few blood vessels in the head, so even minor injuries can bleed quite a lot. So I was scared to death for absolutely no reason? Good to know.
It's not like that. You were still very helpful. There was no way to know if it was serious or not without getting me to a hospital.
If it's not that bad, then how come you haven't been discharged yet?
The doctor said he wants to keep me in observation to make sure there's nothing wrong with me.
That sounds a bit overkill to me for some head trauma. You've already been here for over 24 hours.
I'm kind of surprised at the level of care you guys here have in Japan. There were nurses coming and going out of his room all the time to check up on him. I never knew you could get such attentive care for a regular injury.
That's not normal, though. They're going to above and beyond here for some reason.
Really, why? I can't really answer that.
Is that so? I didn't expect that level of care from a public hospital. Things aren't going to be bad just because they're not private, you know. I understand your argument, but remain unconvinced. You really sound like a snobbish rich guy every now and then. Think whatever you like. I still keep my opinion. You're impossible. Can you behave? Do you guys need to bicker everywhere you go? What are you talking about? We're just having some fun. There's no need to be so serious all the time. We're in a hospital, you know.
It's alright, Edison-san. Seeing the two of them like this is kind of relaxing. It just feels right.
So you're saying they bicker so much that it'd be weird if they weren't fighting? It's kind of a sad thing to say. Well, I can see that June is in good hands now. I need to be home soon. My parents want to call me and to check up on how things are going for me, so I might as well leave now. Oh, me too. I still need to go to the club I'm affiliated to for practice. Okay. Thank you for keeping me company, guys. Oh, and for the presents, too. Don't mention it. Just call me if you need anything. I'll drop by later to bring you some more games. You brought so many already. I ought to be able to try them all before I get discharged. Nothing wrong with having some variety. I suppose. I wish I could bring you something too, but I didn't bring a lot of games with me from France. I only have one of my consoles, and it's not a portable one. You don't need to worry about that, really. You guys have already done so much for me. I'm just returning the favor. Feel free to call me whenever you want to hang out. I'll come if I'm available. Okay. See you guys later. Bye, everyone. See ya. Thanks for the help. Yeah, thanks for keeping an eye on him so he doesn't end up hurting himself again. You two take care on the way home. The room is definitely a lot less cramped with fewer people inside. Saya doesn't miss the opportunity to sit on one of the free chairs as soon as they leave, leaving the three of us to fight for the remaining one. How are you feeling now? Any residual symptoms or something like that? Nah, I just feel a bit tired. I guess I've been overworking myself too hard lately. You really are an idiot for going to such extremes. Oh, please, as if you had any right to complain to him about that. Indeed, I've seen you practice until you literally dropped. Well, do as I say, but don't do as I do? That's a weak excuse if I ever heard one. Oh, shut up. You've seen nothing, though. He was way worse when we were kids. Is that so? Could you please not give him more ammunition to use against me? It's your fault for saying something so blatantly hypocritical. You guys are way too fussy. Says the one who fusses about everything Kobayashi does. I'm just looking out for him. It's called being a good friend. It's called being annoying. What? Not you too, Saya-chan. What about you, Jun? Sorry, Innocent-san. You're on your own. No way, even you? Face it, you've lost. Ugh! Betrayed by all my friends. What a truly horrible way to die. You really do have a penchant for the dramatic, don't you? Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank my mother and my brother for supporting me. Oh, so this has turned into an award ceremony now? Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Appreciate what? Their tomfoolery? You know, this is just a daily occurrence, right? I know, but it's still refreshing to see right now. It's easy to get depressed in a hospital. This isn't the most comfortable of places, after all. Last night was pretty rough for me, so this is definitely a nice change of pace. I have spent the night here if I had known. I really should have come if I knew. Nah, don't worry about that. Really, it's enough that you guys are here now. That's all that matters to me. Thanks. Of course we're here, like we'd abandoned one of our own. You're stuck with us now. Better get used to it. I don't mind that at all. By the way, Edison brought you a gift. Really? Saya-chan, just don't put me on the spot out of nowhere. Oh, please. You're already going to give him this even before he got put in the hospital. Don't wuss out now. You're way too blunt sometimes. You were going to get me something before I got sent to the hospital? Yeah. I put together a care package for you. I was going to give it to you on the day you had your accident. I was going to go over to bring it to you when I found you. No way. Here, it's nothing grand. Judging from the other things you've got on the table, you've probably already got a ton of good stuff, but, well, I put this together because I was worried about you. It's some of your favorite sweets and some vitamin pills. Edison-san. Thank you, Edison-san. It's no big deal. You're blushing. Shut up. Huh? June rummages through the little basket that I'd given him. From inside it, he pulls out a small keychain. What's this? Oh, right. Saw it in one of the stores I went to a while. I was buying the stuff for your care package. I kind of thought of you when I saw it, so I decided to buy it. Sorry, that was too corny, huh? Yeah, it was. Probably the savviest thing I've ever seen. I'm embarrassed for you. You guys are the worst. Don't worry about them, Edison-san. I love it. Really? Yeah, it's really cute. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Oh, God, this is so sweet. I think I'm going to throw up. You really are an ass. Of course I am. Isn't that why you love me? No comments. We stayed with June and chatted up until visitation hours ended. I walked back home with Seiyochi at the end of the day, thinking about everything that happened lately. For some reason, I feel a creeping sense of dread in the back of my mind. You and me both, kid. Wow. Yeah. There's more to it. There's way much more to June's story than we think. Anyway, yeah, I'm recording these back to back to back if you can't tell. So yeah, it's about time for me to take a break because my voice is nearly gone. So if you like what you saw, have any comments, suggestions, what have you, you know what to do. So until next time, this has been Radar. Y'all be good, stay safe, and I will be seeing ya. Bye, guys.